Buckle up and get ready for a cosmic wake-up call. We often imagine the universe as a peaceful and harmonious place, far removed from our daily worries, but the truth is, it's actually a rough neighborhood out there. From galaxy to galaxy, planets like Earth are facing some serious space threats. Right now, we're under the radar of some of those dangers, with asteroids being a major concern. But don't worry, we're not talking about all of them today. We've got our eyes on one specific asteroid, the fascinating 11955 Bennu. This little guy is part of the composite solar system and packs a unique punch. It's a carbon-rich type C or carbonaceous asteroid, which makes it pretty special. Imagine you're on an epic space adventure. That's kind of what happened in September 1999 when scientists with Lincoln's Near-Earth Asteroid Research Linear stumbled upon a special asteroid that would become Bennu. At first, it had a temporary name, 1999 RQ36, but in 2012, a fun contest was organized by the University of Arizona, the Planetary Society, and the Linear Project to give this rock a real name. And guess what? A super cool third grader from North Carolina named Michael Puzio won with his proposal inspired by ancient Egyptian legend, the Bennu bird. Get ready to meet Bennu, an asteroid that's got everyone on high alert. With a scorching speed of over 1,000 kilometers per hour around our sun, this tiny rock is packing some serious heat. And if you're wondering how often we can spot it from Earth, mark your calendars for every 6 years. That's when Bennu makes its grand appearance. But what's really got NASA buzzing? It's how Bennu changes temperature as it orbits the sun, radiating heat in different directions like a cosmic oven. Thanks to top-notch observations from Arecibo Observatory Planetary Radar and the Goldstone Deep Space Network, along with stunning images and data from the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft, we're learning more about Bennu's amazing features. And what's even cooler, a NASA mission is underway to grab a sample of its surface material and bring it back to Earth for some serious asteroid analysis. Get ready for some out-of-this-world facts. The OSIRIS-REx spacecraft blasted off from Cape Canaveral on September 8, 2016. 2 years and 7 months later, NASA made an epic announcement. The spacecraft had snuck in close for a stunning photo at just 600 meters or 2,000 feet away from Bennu's surface. But why did they go to such great lengths? Well, by studying Bennu and other asteroids, scientists hope to crack the code on how our planet can stay safe. The data collected so far tells us some pretty cool things about Bennu. It's shaped like a spindle spinning around its axis at a wild 178 degrees, and get this, it even spins in the opposite direction of its orbit. Get ready to explore Bennu, an asteroid like no other. Initially, radar scans thought it was a gentle surface, but OSIRIS-REx revealed a rugged landscape with rocks in all shapes and sizes. What's even more interesting is the massive amount of regolith, tiny particles that make up soil or sand, covering its surface, creating a clear ridge along the equator. Scientists have been tracking Bennu since 1999, and they've noticed it's shifting due to the Yarkovsky effect, which causes it to move about 1.5 meters per year. By studying how gravity and heat affect Bennu, researchers found that its density is only slightly higher than water. Imagine putting a bowling ball in the pool. This unique density suggests that Bennu might have a debris pile structure inside, which means it's composed of many small rocks and particles rather than being solid throughout. Imagine an object as massive as 7,329 times your average washing machine. That's about 7,329 kilograms or roughly 1,600 pounds. That's what we're talking about with asteroid Bennu. This space rock is 490 meters across, which is almost half a kilometer in diameter. Now, the million-dollar question, could something this big hit our planet? And if it did, what kind of mayhem would it unleash? Let's dive into the odds and potential consequences of such an event. Buckle up, asteroid enthusiasts. So, how often do we expect a massive space rock around 500 meters wide to crash into our home planet? Well, it's estimated that these cosmic collisions happen roughly every 130,000 years, just enough time for us to forget about the last one. But here's the cool part: the likelihood of an asteroid impact depends on its unique physical properties. Scientists got a better understanding of this particular asteroid after analyzing radar data from 1999, 2005, and 2011. This new info allowed them to refine their calculations for Yarkovsky acceleration. It's like adjusting a space rocket's trajectory and update the chance of impact. Fast forward to 2014, that there's a super low 0.37% probability our asteroid will collide with Earth sometime between 2075 and 2096. To put this into perspective, the Palermo scale rates at a -1.71, indicating we've got a relatively small chance of an impact, but still, it's essential to keep an eye on these space rocks. Let's put things into perspective. Imagine a blast so powerful that it could wipe out an entire city in an instant. We've seen something like that before. Remember the little boy atomic bomb dropped in Hiroshima, releasing 13 kilotons of energy. It left nothing but rubble and devastation in its wake. But Bennu's impact would be on a totally different scale. We're talking about a staggering 200 megatons of energy released upon collision. That's roughly 90 times the power of all the US atomic bombs used throughout World War II combined. Fasten your seatbelt, space fans, because we're diving into the future. By September 23, 2060, Bennu will make its closest approach to our planet, hanging out about 460,000 miles away, or roughly 500 million kilometers. That's really close for an asteroid. However, keep in mind this won't be a spectacular sight. At this distance, Bennu will appear too dim to spot with your average pair of binoculars. This specific close flyby in 2060 sets the stage for another near encounter in 2035. Now, here's where things get interesting. There are two possible scenarios for that year. According to initial predictions, on September 25th, Bennu is expected to pass by at about 190,000 miles or 300,000 kilometers from Earth. But due to the complexities of space navigation and asteroid trajectory, it could potentially come even closer, reaching a distance of around 65,000 miles or 100,000 kilometers. Don't worry though, neither scenario poses any risk of impact on our beloved planet. Fasten your seatbelts, space fans. The 2135 approach to Bennu has got some mind-blowing implications. As this asteroid whizzes by, it can actually slip through a super narrow gravitational gateway. We're talking locks less than 55 kilometers wide, and set the stage for a massive impact scenario in our future encounters. Now, let's talk numbers. On September 25th, 2175, there's a 1 in 24,000 chance of Bennu making landfall on Earth. But hold on to your hat, because things get even scarier. On September 24th, 2196, the odds of an impact skyrocket to a jaw-dropping 1 in 11,000. And if you're wondering about the bigger picture, buckle up. Between 2705 and 2999, there's a staggering 1 in 2,700 chance that Bennu will give our planet a visit it won't forget. So, where did Bennu come from? Scientists think it was born in a bigger family, maybe even a planet or a dwarf planet. Isn't that mind-blowing? To keep the learning fun, hit us with your burning questions in the comments below, and let's chat about them together. Don't miss out on more cosmic content. Subscribe now, and we'll see you in the next video.